Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy BMJ and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving headfirst into the world of luxury real estate right here in our nation's capital, Washington DC. We're talking about the creme de la creme, the most sought after neighborhoods where politicians, diplomats, and maybe even a celebrity or two call home. Buckle up because we're about to take you on a wild ride through tree-lined streets, past historic mansions, and into the heart of what makes these neighborhoods so exclusive and, let's be honest, crazy expensive. From Georgetown's cobblestone charm to Kalorama's powerful presence, we're leaving no mansion unturned. So whether you're a real estate fanatic, a history buff, or just curious to see how the other half lives, guilty, this one's for you. Hit that subscribe button because trust me, you don't want to miss this. First up, we're kicking things off in Georgetown, one of DC's oldest and most prestigious neighborhoods. Picture this: cobblestone streets, charming row houses dating back to the 1800s, and waterfront views that scream old money. This place is practically oozing history from every brick. The average property value in Georgetown is enough to make your jaw drop. Think multiple millions, folks. We're talking serious real estate game here. But hey, for that price, you get to rub shoulders with politicians, diplomats, and maybe even the occasional Oscar winner. Walking down M Street, you're surrounded by these beautifully preserved historic homes, each with its own story to tell. It's like stepping back in time, but with a hefty dose of modern luxury sprinkled in. And then there's the waterfront. Georgetown sits right on the Potomac River, so you've got stunning views and prime real estate along the water. Think waterfront mansions, private docks, the whole 9 yards. It's no wonder everyone from JFK to Thomas Jefferson has called this place home at some point. M Street and Wisconsin Avenue are lined with trendy boutiques, art galleries, and restaurants that'll make your taste buds sing. You've got everything from Michelin star dining to cozy cafes, all within walking distance. And let's not forget about the nightlife. Georgetown is home to some of DC's most iconic bars and clubs. So you can party like it's 1776, or at least pretend to. It's this unique mix of old and new, of history and modernity, that you don't find anywhere else in DC. You can stroll along the waterfront, grab a coffee at a local cafe, and just soak in the atmosphere. It's the kind of place where you can imagine yourself living out your own personal House of Cards fantasy, minus the political intrigue, hopefully. So, yeah, Georgetown is definitely a winner in my book. Alright folks, next stop on our DC real estate adventure, Capitol Hill. Now if Georgetown is where history meets high society, then Capitol Hill is where power and politics reign supreme. I mean, the name kinda gives it away, right? We're talking about the heart of American democracy, people. And trust me, that prestige comes with a price tag to match. The real estate here is some of the most coveted in the entire city. We're talking multi-million-dollar townhouses, historic mansions with stories to tell, and enough political intrigue to fuel a whole season of scandal. But what really sets Capitol Hill apart is its history. I mean, this is where it all goes down. We're talking about walking distance from the Capitol building, the Supreme Court, the Library of Congress. The list goes on and on. Every corner you turn, you're bumping into a piece of American history. And the architecture? Don't even get me started. Capitol Hill is famous for its beautiful Victorian row houses, those iconic brownstones that just scream Washington, D.C. We're talking intricate details, soaring ceilings, and enough historical charm to make you feel like you're living in a museum. But don't let the serious facade fool you. Capitol Hill also knows how to have a good time. We're talking about a neighborhood with a thriving restaurant scene, from cozy cafes to upscale dining experiences. And for all you culture vultures out there, you've got museums, theaters, and art galleries galore. One thing I love about Capitol Hill is its walkability. You can ditch the car and explore everything on foot, from the historic landmarks to the bustling Eastern Market, which is a must visit on the weekends. Living in Capitol Hill is like having a front row seat to American history in the making. Alright guys, hold on tight because we're about to dive into DuPont Circle, a neighborhood that's basically a love letter to international culture, chic boutiques, and that undeniable European vibe. Seriously, you walk down these streets and you might forget you're in DC for a second. It's got this whole cosmopolitan feel, with embassies from around the world, international restaurants on every corner, and a community that's as diverse as the city itself. Now, DuPont Circle isn't all about global vibes. It's also got this charming, almost village-like atmosphere. You've got tree-lined streets, beautiful parks, and these gorgeous Victorian row houses that'll make you want to trade in your city apartment ASAP. And speaking of apartments, DuPont Circle has got something for everyone, from those charming brownstones we talked about to sleek modern condos with all the bells and whistles. But let's be real, one of the best things about DuPont Circle is the people watching. Seriously, grab a coffee, find a bench in DuPont Circle Park, and just observe. You'll see diplomats in sharp suits, artists sketching in the shade, students debating philosophy, and everything in between. It's a melting pot of cultures and perspectives, and it's absolutely fascinating. And for all you foodies out there, DuPont Circle is a culinary paradise. We're talking about Ethiopian stews, French pastries, Spanish tapas, Japanese ramen, you name it, they've got it. And the best part? You can literally travel the world without ever leaving the neighborhood. But DuPont Circle isn't just about food and people watching. It's also got a thriving arts and culture scene. We're talking about art galleries showcasing both established and up-and-coming artists, historic theaters like the Woodrow Wilson House, and even the Phillips Collection, which is home to works by Renoir, Van Gogh, and Picasso. Alright folks, get ready to have your minds blown because we've arrived in Kalorama, DC's most exclusive and arguably most powerful neighborhood. This is where ambassadors, CEOs, and yes, even presidents, past and present, choose to hang their hats. We're talking about a whole different level of real estate here, people. Think sprawling mansions, gated driveways, and enough security to rival a small country. The price of admission to this exclusive club, let's just say you better have a few commas in your bank account, and that's just for a down payment. But hey, for that price, you get to live among some of the most influential people on the planet. We're talking about rubbing shoulders with politicians, diplomats, and maybe even bumping into the Obamas on your morning jog. No big deal, right? But Kalorama isn't just about power and prestige. It's also a neighborhood known for its stunning architecture and its peaceful, almost hidden away atmosphere. We are talking about tree-lined streets, beautiful parks, and those grand old mansions that look like they belong in a history book. One of my favorite things about Kalorama is its proximity to Rock Creek Park. It's like having this huge, sprawling green space right in your backyard. We're talking miles of hiking trails, bike paths, and even horseback riding. It's the perfect escape from the hustle and bustle of city life, even if that city life involves bumping into former presidents on the regular. And speaking of history, Kalorama has got it in spades. We're talking about a neighborhood that's been home to everyone from Woodrow Wilson to Jeff Bezos. Seriously, this place has seen it all. But for me, what really sets Kalorama apart is its sense of serenity. Despite being in the heart of DC, it feels like a world away from the chaos and noise. Alright everyone, for our final stop on this DC real estate extravaganza, we're heading just a bit outside the city center to Chevy Chase, Maryland. Now, I know what you're thinking, Chevy Chase? That's not DC. And you're right, technically. But trust me on this one, Chevy Chase is basically DC's cooler, more laid-back cousin. It's got all the convenience of city living with the added bonus of, well, not actually living in the city. Think tree-lined streets, spacious homes, top-notch schools. You know, the whole suburban dream. But don't let the picket fences and manicured lawns fool you. Chevy Chase is far from boring. We're talking about a neighborhood with a vibrant downtown area, packed with trendy boutiques, restaurants that'll make your taste buds sing, and enough entertainment options to keep you busy all week long. One of the things I love most about Chevy Chase is its sense of community. People here are friendly, they're welcoming, and they actually know their neighbors. It's like stepping back in time to a simpler era, where life moves at a slightly slower pace and everyone has time for a friendly chat. And for all you families out there, Chevy Chase is practically a parenting paradise. We're talking about some of the best public schools in the entire country, tons of parks and playgrounds, and a family-friendly atmosphere that's hard to beat. But don't worry, you don't have to have kids to appreciate all that Chevy Chase has to offer. Whether you're a young professional, a retired couple, or just someone who values a peaceful, welcoming environment, Chevy Chase has something for everyone. Plus, let's not forget about the commute. Chevy Chase is just a stone's throw from downtown DC, so you can be in the heart of the action in a matter of minutes. But let's be real, with everything Chevy Chase has to offer, you might not even want to leave. So there you have it, Chevy Chase, the perfect blend of suburban bliss and city convenience. I-chew-o-n-o. And that's a wrap on our whirlwind tour of Washington, D.C.'s most expensive neighborhoods. From the historic charm of Georgetown to the suburban bliss of Chevy Chase, we've covered it all. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to start house hunting, or at least daydreaming about it. Huge thanks for coming along on this journey with me. Don't forget to smash that like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to the channel for more awesome content just like this. Now it's your turn. Have you ever been to any of these neighborhoods? What are your thoughts on DC real estate? Let me know in the comments below. I'm dying to hear from you. Until next time, peace out.